everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun scroll saw project video, have an amazing design with some very powerful imagery. Before I show it to you guys, I've already got the pattern printed out to full size and attached to our material with clear packing tape. We're going to stack cut 2 out of 1/4 inch plywood and finish 1 in this video. But here is the design. As I said, very powerful imagery, and it is called Life Story, but really cool. The pattern can be found on Scroll Saw Village, and the designer's name is Neptun, so thank you for an amazing design. I hope I do this project justice. I did it a while back on my Instagram feed, and everybody just really loved it, and on social media, so I wanted to come back and make a couple more to just document the building process of how I go about making it. But it shows like from your childhood all the way to the end. And another really nice tidbit in the picture is the tree getting older as the couple in the bottom grows older as well. But like I said, very powerful imagery. Now there's going to be some fragile cuts in this project. You see these little white parts here, that's going to be very thin slivers of wood to dictate the panes as you go to the next panel. So what I will do is cut out the individual trees after doing the other interior cuts, and I will stop them down here at the ground and do the ground as the final inside cut. That will just give these more support so they won't have a tendency to wiggle around and break off. And of course I'm going to be very careful when sanding it at the end. But really amazing. I will leave a link down in the description box below to where you can go directly to this pattern. Again, it's on Scroll Saw Village. A lot of amazing content is on that site. I'll also link it down in the description box below as well. But since everything is prepared, let's head over to the drill press, drill all of our pilot holes so we can come back to the scroll saw and start scrolling.
And over here at the drill press, we're going to take a small drill bit and drill all of our pilot holes for internal cutting. And then we will head over to the scroll saw and begin the scroll work, beginning with some of the smaller internal cuts. I am using a number 2 reverse tooth scroll saw blade, and it's cutting through both layers of 1/4 inch plywood exceptionally well with minimal chip out. You see me proceeding to some of the bigger internal cuts, and you will notice that I will cut out each tree individually. It's just how I go about this design. If you guys would like to try this pattern, it is available as a download over at Scroll Saw Village. Ton of amazing patterns and information over on that site, and you can register for a free account. I'll leave a link to it down in the description box below. I really like the simplistic imagery here that tells a powerful story with the couple at the bottom getting older and also the tree growing and aging as well. But really cool and powerful imagery. Just going through here and cutting everything out, taking my time and letting the blade do the work. And going around here, beginning the final tree here. Again, not rushing anything, just letting the blade do the work. Life is precious and meant to be celebrated through all of your life, through adolescence all the way up till the end. Doing the final internal cut, and this will release all of the trees as well, and the piece will become very fragile. So I will be very careful throughout the rest of the cutting process. Again, the blade will do the work for you if you just guide the material into it. Cutting out the bottom ground here, and I'll come back around and all internal scroll work will be done. And now I'll retension the blade and release the 2 layers from the waste wood, staying as loyal as I can to the line. But now that all the scrolling is done for now, we will head over to the workbench and remove the pattern. And we have 2 beautiful pieces already, and we'll take one of them over to the palm sander with 100 grit, using a very light touch to sand the front and back. And then I will take some 220 grit cling spore sandpaper to do some touch-up sanding. But then I will take the piece back over to the workbench with another piece of 1/4-inch plywood that was painted black earlier and assemble it with CA glue, being sure to get some glue on those tedious details to make sure they are grabbed onto the backer board here. And I will use some spring clamps and strips of wood to evenly distribute the pressure, and I'll let this dry about 10-15 minutes, and then I will come back and remove all the clamps, and then we will head back over to the scroll saw and flush trim everything. And this just really makes it look like one uniform piece, doing it this way instead of cutting the backer board to size. Still with the number 2 blade. And then we'll head over here and do a final touch-up sanding with the belt sander. And once I'm satisfied with that, we will take it and give it several coats of clear gloss clear coat and let that dry, and the project is complete.
And here we have the completed life story scene cut out completely on the scroll saw, and it came out amazing. Once again, the pattern is available over at Scroll Saw Village, and the pattern's designer's name is Neptun. So thank you, Neptun, for another amazing design from your pattern catalog. I'll leave a direct link to this pattern at Scroll Saw Village down in the description box below if you guys want to go over there and try it out. And also, if you cut it out, give Neptun credit. But really, really cool. Really, really amazing. It took me around 30 minutes to cut this project out with a number 2 reverse tooth blade over on the scroll saw. I took my time with it and let the blade do the work, and I did not break a blade. But really, really cool. The clear coat at the end really makes the grain pop and everything, and just gives it an added characteristic. Again, there is some powerful imagery in this here, starting with the kids with the balloons, which can simulate the innocence of life and the innocence of a child. Then you go into adolescence, and then later life, and then it just progresses to the end of life, and then the tree also gets older with each panel, and it tells just powerful imagery. This could actually, in a kind of way, be given as a wedding gift, because you want the newlyweds to stand the test of time with their love and be loyal to each other and make the journey through life together. But really, really cool. Really amazing. Some people call this sad imagery. It's life. Life is a precious thing. It's meant to be enjoyed. All moments of life. You're not supposed to go around in a tedious monotony with your head down. The world is beautiful and life is beautiful if people would just take time and enjoy it. Going back to where I took the time to drill pilot holes for all the trees, where all this could be just one individual cut for that final cut with the trees, I want to show you guys the other one here that I haven't finished yet. Right here between each scene is this little sliver of wood that separates each panel visually, but it can be very, very fragile, especially down here with the people, and that is why I took my time to just cut out each individual tree and a few of the details at the bottom, and then I done the final release cut that made everything float free as the final cut and the final inside cut. That's just how I approach the project, especially if you're new to scrolling and your hands are still kind of shaky. Getting familiar with the tool, that might be the best route to go, even on bigger and other designs that's not this one. Just something to think about, but really, really cool. I had fun making this project, and I hope you guys like watching me make this project. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel, and also follow me over on Instagram at Artisan Pirate. All my social media links will always be linked down in the description box as well. That's about all for this one. Remember, guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you. Take time and enjoy life. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.